Early one morning, Rheneas brought trucks to the slate mines. To his surprise, Duncan sat solemnly in the shed. "What's the matter?" he asked. Ghost on the bridge," stammered Duncan. Rheneas went wide-eyed. "You saw it?" "He saw nothing," chuckled the driver. "We've told you a dozen times now, Duncan. It was only us." "Such things shouldn't be used for jokes," scolded Rheneas. "Don't be ridiculous," said Duncan's driver. "Rusty's story isn't true. It's all too true," frowned Rheneas. "And I should know. I saw it with my own two eyes." Who is it?" asked Duncan with cautious curiosity. Rheneas composed himself, and this is the story he told. "It was in our line's early days. Skarloey and I worked tirelessly, but it proved too much for him. He sat in the shed awaiting repairs, and I did the lion's share of the work. I didn't fault him for it, of course, but the strain was starting to show. One night, trouble with the winch delayed my departure from the mines. I was exhausted and eager for the comfort of my shed. Darkness had fallen, and the light of the moon spilled over the hills. As I neared the old iron bridge, I heard the sound of another engine. Who could, I began, before catching the sight of an engine puffing towards the bridge. I blinked to be sure I wasn't seeing things. It looked like Skarloey. What on earth is he doing out here? I wondered. Try as I might, I couldn't catch up and lost the mysterious figure in the mist. When I returned to the shed, I was very cross. If you can't work during the day, I scowled, you certainly can't go gallivanting off at night. I beg your pardon, Skarloey gasped. You know better than to fool around by that bridge, especially when others are still out working. You do need a rest, he grumbled. You're seeing things. We went grumpily to sleep and didn't say a word to each other the next morning. I had too much work to bother with his nonsense. I was late leaving the mines again. It was a misty evening and we had to take care. As I puffed slowly along, I peered through the mist, keeping a watchful eye for Skarloey. I had just reached the bridge when a shrieking whistle echoed around the hills. I was surprised, and so was my driver. He stopped at once. What was that? He shivered. That wasn't Skarloey's whistle, I said, growing more nervous by the minute. I peered across the bridge where the mist danced frantically, and there it was. must get help, I cried, shaken from my stupor. We raced back to the mines and quickly told the foreman what had happened. So, he chuckled, it still roams under the lights of the full moon, eh? That's how the legend goes. Anyway, don't be silly, Rheneas. There's only 2 engines on this line, and you're one of them. You can spend the night here. We'll mend the rail in the morning. That engine saved me in the end, Rheneas finished. If I'd ventured across the bridge, I wouldn't be here talking to you now. My crew and I put it down to exhaustion, despite knowing what we saw. Skarloey heard the whistle too, and was relieved when I arrived home safe. We made up at once, and we've taken great care on that bridge ever since. So, shuddered Duncan, Rusty's ghost is... In the distance, the echoes of a whistle filled the air. All too real, finished Rheneas.